Cheers. Jacob are kicking. All right. Glad you're kicking. All right, here we go. 98 degrees. Simulator Sunday. Fairly spring as of yesterday. Flipping hot. So we're here in, this is where we ended last week. We're in LAJ C yard. We were over a little bit further in the A yard where we finished delivering all the cards and everything to the industries, and then we came over here and we shoved a few. I'm not kicking nothing. Oh, am I going to be kicking? You mean cars? Yeah, I always kick cars. Kick them and let them go. And then I stop them so they don't smash into nothing. We like kicking cars, don't we? I love it. All right, so here we go. Let's see. I'm in here. Got to turn the mouse around and stuff. The music stopped. We turn on the little tag so we see what the hell we're doing. Yeah. Don't doubt it. You probably have more humidity. Only 22% here. Now, let's see. I do have the map here. Map off a little bit. Like let's see. Let me unlock that a little bit. Let me move it over. Can't see the whole thing. So this is the map. We're here at let's see, we're like C4, C5, probably C5. And we got these vet cars. They're going around the corner and some other ones, so go Springer, hello. See, let's get our operation lights going. So we got OMW. I guess we were supposed to do these last time, so let's go get those first. Let me get past these. That's down on the ground here. Is it this one here, I think? What's going on with my brakes here? Something wasn't ticking right here because I let off the gas and instantly slammed on the brakes. I'm gonna pass this switch here, and then we're gonna go kick some cars back here. See, I'm a little too far back there. Let's come on back just a little bit. Now we'll do that because you can't do that on your other train simulator game. Train Sim World game. Let's see. I got some new bells and stuff. It's ringing right now, but I can't hear it because I got locomotive behind me making so much noise. You hear the turbo whining though. I think we got the right row here. Can't see them yet, a little too far away. That's red. Red. These guys right here. They're going over yonder. So we'll get these on my ways. OMW. slow her down a little bit using the rail driver. That'll do her right there. I'm going to, you know what, the server was restarted, so let's see, I gotta get off of the damn train and on the ground because I'm on a multiplayer server. So we have 1, 2 tree, then some Abby's, ABI. It's gonna be before OMW. We're gonna ride this guy back here to the end of the yard and then prepare the kick. After I turn off the handbrakes, click off. Oh, somehow I went neutral. What the heck? I'm not to relinquish you there, train, if you're gonna act goofy. You know, I change the view. I can't be on the end unless I do a real quick echo there. E. Edward. These guys right here, they're gonna go. I gotta take them over to LA, the LAJ8, the B yard actually. Set the outbounds of B. These are full. I need to get stuff on the other end. Yeah, KCK and Gal. I need to put those over here so we don't, the engineers aren't from the road train aren't breathing in fumes. We do operations differently than others. What do you mean? I mean, we're moving metal from one place, from one industry to the next. Pretty much all we're doing, moving metal. Moving big chunks of metal right here. Depot Plus, there we have a website called the OC, or the Operations Center, that tracks where all the cars are. And then on Mateo, we just use Discord, track where basically the consists go. We don't need to track every car. Turn off that bell for a minute. I don't know how other servers do it. I mean, so I'm a member of Depot Plus, member of here, the Mateo Community Run 8 server. I have my own, and then I also can play on Lazy Farmers. So the reason that in any train that goes to a yard in server, on map yard, has to be driven by a player because those are supply trains and AI can't drive them into the yards. One of these days I'm going to get that that landing spot right over here. So yeah, the on single player, even multiplayer, sometimes they can get stuff into San Bernardino. Once in a while, more often than, you know, probably 50-50 chance you can get it into LAJ. I mean, sorry, LAC. But it can't get to AI can't drive to Malabar, can't drive to Porphyry, can't drive to LAJ versus via Riddle. So that's just down here. And then what's the other one? Victorville, can't get into Victorville. Can't get in any of the locals where the local yards. Bakersfield, you can get there maybe, but will it stop? Depends on how the switches are set. Definitely can't get into Calawa. So yeah, you have to drive trains that are going to go in the sim to the yards. Like West Colton and Barstow are the only two that 100% of the time it goes to receiving yards. Well, how do you set the destination if it's not a yard? Oh, dispatch is done by player. Yeah, we use auto. Auto's on all the time on all of our for the entire SoCal map. One of these days I'm gonna not do that. Okay, so I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can kick 5. I'm fine with that. So these ABIs are going right there. So let's get that ready to go. In reverse, and here we go. Yeah, anything in server has to be driven by players, but other than that, any other road trains can be taken over by players and driven and then re-AI'd, or you know, whatever you want to do. Delete it if you want, doesn't matter, it's just road candy. Keep an eye on this here as it drives back. We don't really have a problem with having too many trains to drive. We have a problem with not enough players to drive the trains most of the time. See where the... Okay, so it's got to get to that dot there, and it should. See those dots right there? So now this car will process. I'm just going to wait for it to go in here. That's awesome. Yeah. Glad you're enjoying it. One of the newest members there of the Mateo Run 8 server there. I don't have 3 or 4 engines. I have 2. All right, OMW's the next stop. See, we'll go on the ground. The multiplayer, you have to be standing on the ground to throw that switch, so I always have to fly over there and look down, make sure I hit that right. So we can select that right there and ride her back a bit. Yes. I was riding it, but now can't see where we're going. Yeah, we only do the skills checks on the first Saturday in the morning and the third Saturday in the afternoon. I'm gonna slow her down here. The couplers, as long as they stay white, I see they just went yeller. That's all right. I can speed up just a little bit to kick them loose. I'm gonna slow her down here a bit. And then speed her up so I can get that, and then we can stop right here. And there they go. And then we're headed back where we just came from. Now we're gonna go get those, probably not the oil tankers. Because they go all the way around to the back. Let's go run over there and see what we got. You can actually go this way to do the Earl tankers, but I take everything with me usually. There are some that go backwards though. Feeding here in the yard. I'm not paying attention. So these are about to be, they can be processed now. Put a handbrake on there. And let's get back over where we're going the engine. All right, got some SD40 TAC2s here today. Bean Sniff 6801 and Santa Fe 5141. You know what, we're just gonna go because we gotta pull everything the same way anyways. But we are gonna just go right through the yard. Try to slow her down a bit. There was a derailment the other day, UP out in the Salton Sea. Some videos on YouTube about it. I don't know if it was a Z train, but it was definitely a stack. It took out like the main and basically the passing track. Like 18 or 24 hours stoppage. All trains going eastbound or southbound from UP. We'll probably grab both these cuts here because I think they're all going to the same spot ish. One over yonder, right on the other side of all these buildings. I don't know if we want that open. See what the sim thinks the weather is today. It's 80 degrees. That's probably not that wrong because I mean probably 85, but we're in kind of close to Long Beach. By the beach, you know, closer to the water, probably 10 miles in the water. So we got two cuts here. We'll take a look as soon as we get lined up. Pass the switch, see what we got. Now, I don't think this will take 2 hours to do all this, so what we'll probably do is go deliver these and then run over to the A yard and do picks because we dropped that stuff off last week. There's one. We'll pass the second switch if that's the one we decide to grab first. Okay. Now let's go do it. Get a plan together here. So we have vet. So if I bring up the map here, I folded up the stand for the stream deck. All right, so we're here, right? So we're right in here at C5, C4, C5, and these right here are vet. So vet's going to be right at the end here. We just dropped off these two right here. Now that's, you know, a pretty good distance to go around. Plus we'd be pulling them. We could push them all the way around, but Normally what we do is we go around like this, and we'll go around here. So here's RUD. RUD's a simple drop off. AIT is going to be backwards. PRP is also backwards. And then NPP, VET, SMI, they're all the normal way. So we got a few that are a little backwards on us. Everything else, the OMW and ABI were backwards from where we're at too. So we know we have VET here to do, and then SMI, we can do those basically first. The AIT is backwards, and then we said PRP is backwards, so these are in reverse. And then RUD is not. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to grab them all, because I don't want to make 2 trips. But I'm going to grab the sniffy pops first, because those would be the last to go. Let's see, Ventura transfer. So I don't know what these are. I don't know if they have hazmat markings on the cars. We're just gonna hold our breath for 45 minutes. I'm gonna breathe any of the yak in here. See, there's no hazmat markings. Let me get my butt on the ground here. Let's see. I'll push that one. Put me on the ground. Feet first. All right, so these are, I'm gonna go, as we're pulling them around, I need to set my air brake sheet. I don't want air. I'm gonna hit F7. That should stay closed, but there's no air in them. I do have all the laces on. Handbrakes are off. Cars are rolling forward, so let's pull a little forward here. And then we're gonna grab these guys here next. We'll bring the map up when we get around the corner. Just carrying these guys right here. Look, we're at HPT 2.1. We're in industry work, so it's not that important. We can be literally 0.5, 0.4, 0.3, doesn't matter. It's enough. So I'll have these vet guys and then SMI. I will disconnect so that I'm gonna pull these behind me, but I'm gonna disconnect these SMIs. Otherwise I gotta do too many movements right here in the yard. My fingertips hitting the back of the space bar. There's a lot of Earl. So vet and NPP. NPP is Pacific Paperboard, so that must be some sort of bleach or something. Soda water. I don't know. What do they make paper with? Mountain spring water? It says refined oil, but I don't. It's just the car that they got it in. I did add a couple new Const mods. Dealing with some of these grain cars, so we'll see if we see them. I don't know if that's one of them. Do not hammer something on the car. Can't read it. This could be one of them right here. PSPX. rusty. All right, so once we get past this switch, we're going to come back and get these other ones. We are starting to get kind of long, though, aren't we? Got patches on it. Probably poke some holes in there. That wheel is wobbly right there. Do not hammer sides of car. Deal. I think this is our last one. No, there's one more behind it. Quite a few cars here. Trying to see my flashlights on. All right, I'll reverse and grab these other ones now. There are cars to pick up here as well, because we only did half the industry. Since we're a bit heavy, I'm gonna come in a little slow. As in, still speeding, or you know, 7. Not speeding in the yard, but hard to stop. So we'll use some dynamic braking here. So yeah, this cut here that I'm picking up, the Rudd, is it Rudd? Yeah, Rudd's the only one that's a pull through. Everything else is backwards. So I have a plan for it. All right. I don't need a intertrain device because we're not on the main line. I am going to need my brights on because we're going to go over a crossing. And I'll also need to turn my bell on when I get close. So right now HPT is 1.5, 22,000 feet of length, almost 4,000 tons. All that oil and paper water. Heavy stuff. But we're handling it without any issue. And knock down to 3, notch 3, and so we're going to go over the crossing and then we'll have to shove back for these SMIs. What's interesting is that we have these backwards cars, Rudds and so forth. We'll have to figure that out as well. Switch is good. And here's the switch that we're going to have to reverse on. I'm going to put this switch like that so that we turn in, and I got to get back and monitor these here. We do want to stop the end of the SMIs. They're going right through here. When you look at it on the map, the SMI is right here, but it's actually at the crossing. Crossing would be right here, so this is SMI. So we're gonna shove back into there. We want to separate the other ones first. And let's see. I want this to go straight, actually. I don't want it to come back here. I suppose I do. I do. I'll let it go through. So there's the SMIs, the grain cars. So we're going to go through here now. Make sure that that is set. That's good. And then that's also good. That set's good. Get back here. All these poor folks at this crossing here get angry at us. All right, so we're going to put a couple handbrakes on here to hold these while we release these. And then these are going to be going back right through here. Take a look at the... Oh, we're not going to take a look at them now. We're going to have to throw the switch. And then we'll look at where they're backing in. All right, so we're going to be going right back through here. We can go to essentially any of these. I think if we put them right back there, we should be happy with that. Doesn't matter. There's none other coming in anytime soon. I haven't seen a LAJC supply train coming down ready to go yet. Yep, since 1:30, so you hear me yawning. AM, 1:30 AM. So we're too heavy to kick these out, by the way. If I wasn't that heavy, I could kick 3 and then 4 if I wanted to. You know, up to 5, but I just kick 3 and then 4. But all those tankers on there, if I jack the brakes to kick them, then you know, who knows what happened with these couplers. We don't want to bust knuckles. So we'll ease it back into how many I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't know if 7 will fit back there, but we'll see what we can get. I think we can fit 7 in here. Might come up to like right here. Be fine. And it's all processed. Wait. Is it? Is there a red dot there? Red. Yep. I don't think we'll foul switch. We'll try to go up notch 3 and end up getting notch 5. This industry is the Strategic Materials Incorporated. They do some strategic stuff, apparently. Might make MREs or something. Who knows? They got grain, making bread and tortillas. We know all of these grain cars are going to be left here, and then it's the tankers forward of these. Where hobos hang out when they ride in trains, by the way, in these little holes. Put their backpacks in there and kind of out of view, out of the wind. All right, we want to make sure we don't slam into the rear there. You can help with that by putting a handbrake on the very rear car. We got no dumps in the ground here. I wonder how they just empty it on the tracks. They get straws. We got a ways to go back here still. Just want to clear that track. I like that. So yeah, we got plenty of room back here. We are clear now up here. All right, dumped. All right, now we're gonna go through the crossing, back up, grab those cars. Keep our way and moving forward. No gates here, just lights. back up and get these cars. Oh, look, that guy's gonna run it. He's gonna run the gate here. Can't wait. And that truck really wants to get underneath. Hopefully that cop does something about it. What happens if I just park it? I'll probably end up driving through it. All right, so there's about 2.5 to go. One more. Got a good coupling speed there. Oh yeah, bold move. Just park right in the level crossing. What's interesting about that derailment video in UP is when they were flying the drone over for all the other trains that had to, you know, recrew and park. The bunch of them are you know, they're mostly stack trains. So the stack trains, they were going down the main and they're like, oh, you know, you got a derailment, you got to stop. And like the locomotives, the lead of one train was about 2 car lengths stopped behind the tail of the one ahead of it. Like, whoa, these are close. Okay, so now we're going to drive through here. We're going to drop off the ones that go in these industries. You're just going to drop them off. And continue down with the tankers. When we come back this way, we'll have to move 2 of these industries. Maybe more, depends on what order they're in. So all these tankers are coming through. We've got 2 industry tankers. One's going to be way down here on the left side and one on the right side. I've already lined the switches up for this. Weird, we're going uphill just slightly and speeding up. The Ruds would actually stay here. We have ERP and AIT on the reverse. We'll park Rud here, and then the other one should be fine until we come back and get them. Be another handbrake. Check out, yep, so that's good. I chose the middle track here because the NPPs are going here and the vets are going here, but We'll come down this middle, turn there, and we will, I think we'll be able to get these off. Nope. Yeah. We're coming up the middle. We'll go through, we'll back in the NPPs. That's the paperboard place. Then drop off that afterwards, and then we'll go back and get all the other two other industries, because Rudd is parked where it needs to be. So these are just joining us. We're at LAJC. I've done quite a few here. That's where Taco Bell is. It's on the other side of this area. And so now we're towards the west end of it. Delivering some tankers. Turn on the car tags here so I can see, NPPs going back here to the, as I'm looking at to the right, vets to the left. Actually, this switch is not set correctly for what we need it. Now it is. That one is either. Oh, it should have been set. We got 3 more. They just keep coming and coming and coming. That'll be the last one right there, it looks like. So I've already lined the switches for NPP. I'm just going to separate these two real quick. Deliver vet, come back at NPP. That's the switch there, okay. That's the one I need to clear, like this one. No reason to pull all these cars, or you like go all the way back to NPP with all these different cars and then pull forward. With all that weight and everything, we can just separate and right, that's a vet car. Go up one more switch and then we'll reverse and deliver these. Right into the industry here. Now it's a little bit easier, it's lighter. And it's no more or less movements, I don't think. And it would be clear about right there. Probably have more than will fit here, but we have 2 tracks. See what we can fit in here. Might be able to get them all. Yeah, looks like it. Okay, let's release these and go get the last ones. I gotta back up. I'll throw these 2 switches. You don't have to. This is industry, but it's nice. Coming around the corner, you don't have to really worry about it. Brakes off. Catch those so we're not dragging the lines. We got plenty of room here. That car will process. We'll put 3 handbrakes on this guy. All right, so those are delivered. Now we just got to go back and get the other ones. want to go down the middle track. I could go down. It doesn't, you know, it doesn't super matter. I was thinking about going down that other one. I don't remember where it cuts over. This one cuts over. I think it doesn't matter. I think I have to go all the way to the end anyways and then come back. I don't have to go as far in the middle from what I remember. No, I do. I do. Because I got to get to the rear of the console that I left. Think you have time for another shift? Yep. It'll definitely suck some time out of your life. So we have one industry here to the left coming up to PRP. We have those red cars that are pretty much there, so we just have to get the AIT and those guys off, and then we can run over to A and pick up some cars. So if I'm taking a load of cars over to the B yard from C yard here where we're at, I would use these locomotives here. The ones that are kind of over there now, they're two by themselves. That's the Malabar Transfer 2042. So those ones would stay there. They would take a fresh supply train drop off of cars that came in from, basically get dropped off at LAJA yard, and then it would they would use that to take them over to Malabar. We're gonna go straight through here. So the best bet to go get to and from the C cars in the yard would be using the C local here, 281s. So we're gonna split off some of these. These are AIT. Those are gonna go right back here. And it looks like we got too many PRPs in the way. We'll push them forward a little bit. We do have to come all the way back. Around the middle, so that's already lined up for us. Got a YouTube video, we'd cut through all this, just driving the distances and just be like, boom, you know, connect, move, disconnect, move. So the whole thing that takes 2 hours here, it's already been an hour. And it would probably take like 15 minutes on YouTube. Like in a edited video. We are on YouTube. Now we'll ride the tow here. Yeah, 2 left, 2 more industry service for drop-offs here. Had my too much locomotive brake on there. Slowed me down way more than I want to. I had the dynamic brake on too. So it was a double whammy on me. It's 38 downhill. Oh, basebands here. Didn't say nothing. 38. Okay, I'm gonna take this handbrake off. I need to push this yellow PRP up a little bit. I can clear this. The AIT is going down here. Only got 3 of them. But I'll pull the ruds back here in a minute. So I got 1, 2, 3 coming off. Okay, so it's going the right way. This is going to need 2 handbrakes. Put all 3 on. I was going pretty fast there to get them up there because it's kind of uphill a little bit. Point 2, let's pull these back. PRP's coming off, and we'll leave the reds here on the forklift ramp. Let's drive in. Well, I appreciate that. Release both sides of the couplers because it kind of acts fishy sometimes on multiplayer. Now we got to get back to this other singular track. This lead. Right at the crossing, so I'm gonna make sure that I'm We're going just the way we came. The last industry will leave the power over here unless we were going to go collect some we dropped off last week. Really half and half right now, so we can, or we can just head over to somewhere else and we'll go run down the freeway here to the A yard. And I'll post in the job here that the power's left at PRP. So when somebody wants to do this job, they'll have no problem finding anything. Provided that all 4 of these will fit in PRP. I should. And that's right where the concrete ramps, the whatever you call that, the loading dock. Get off now, so put a handbrake on the back, just help me slow down when I need it. Gotta put 2 handbrakes on here. Disconnect, and we are done with LAJC here. 22. What are we at? 2281. Alright, we're not blocking nothing, so call it a day right here. Handbrake, turn that off, and we'll turn this one off. Now we're relinquishing, we'll run over to A. I saw that some lights on were over here too. So yeah, this is the one I was saying. This one goes to Malabar, so it came back bringing these cars from Malabar. But we don't need this to take cars over to the A yard over here. And we left our power over here. So let's grab that. Go ahead and I guess we'll grab these ones first. North of the border, yes, I am using a rail driver. So the throttle is so I've had this rail driver for, I bought it the day after I got Run 8, and just version 3. So the throttle is a bit finicky. Usually it uses not rheostats. The sensor that it uses, they're kind of loose because of the plastic connection pieces on it. So you just have to go through and I calibrate it right before the stream. So what I do is, you see it's a little higher here. I pull it down just a little bit for the throttle. I set there. I go all the way to the bottom and just up a little bit. I hit set, and then, you know, you just have to be a little, you know, you see all the time it goes from 1 to 3 and all that, and it just, you get used to it. But this one acts a little weird sometimes too, like it's in the middle right there. I'm actually missing the detent that was in it because I've used it so much, but that's fine. Forward or reverse, there's no problems with the brakes at all. Brakes work fine. It's just the throttle is the you know, the most sensitive. Okay, now I have San Diego cars on here. See the SDG? Those have to be separated. Everything else is going back to Barstow except for San Diego. San Diego's closer, a lot closer from down here in LA than it is from Barstow. That's come back down here anyway. So I'll take the Watt car and I'll split the San Diego cars off. But we are going to go get the other ones first. Let's see, where are they? We have a couple that are backwards. It's this cut over here, or this. There you go. And the first one, yeah, that one, and it was that one. There was another one. Where's the other one? All right, so let's look at our map. Up there. Oh, I'm still moving. So I need to go up to this yard here. So it's DCS and DSW are the ones that are backwards. Those are off the second. This is number 1. Oh, this is number 2. Okay, hold on. So that's number like 4. So number 3, not that one, this one right here. So that one and that one, those two right there are the ones I got to get. And there's no San Diego. Yep, one San Diego. Okay. I got to come get these first. Otherwise I won't be able to, you know, get them out. Once I get those out, then everything else is facing the same way. So if we see right here, this, it was this one, the Z, GC, and these two right here. Once I get those out, everything else is facing the same way. So I won't have to worry about pulling them out separately. Okay, those switches are all aligned. Yeah, the rail, it's not really a trick. It's just, you know, it's not perfect, but if you do calibrate it when it starts acting funny. Now, if you're driving a train, remember that when you calibrate it and then you go back, whatever it's set at, it's going to change to that. So you go to calibrate it, like turn the throttle off, and then calibrate it, and then turn the throttle off for you before you get out of that screen before you hit the X. But if you're going downhill or uphill, let's say you're going uphill and you're throttling, and you go, oh, I got to calibrate it. You calibrate it, and then when you come out, you're at 0. The train's gonna, oh, it's gonna be terrible. Put a handbrake on this. I suppose I didn't need to take them all the way back like that. That a little hard. All right, again, I got to keep the San Diego cars separated. So I have a off-map car here first. I'll put it with the other one. Now I have a San Diego. I can act as a buffer car with these tankers. If they're hazmat, you'd need it, but I don't know if they're hazmat. There's no markers, no placards on them. And essentially it will have two cuts. The San Diego. And the non-San Diego. Now I'm going to use these other ones as buffers as well. They're going to be going that direction that I'm going right now, so try to set them up ahead of time so that buffer cars are headed, you know, that direction. Because when they leave LAJ A yard or B yard, doesn't matter which way, they're going to be going that way, and then they're going to curve around at Riddle and go on the main line back to Barstow or San Diego. Right, now we have 2 successful cuts. We'll drop them off 2 different tracks over in the B yard over here. Boom, let's ride her back. We picked up the reverse cars, take them over to B, which is right here in front of us. This yard that's literally right here. And there won't, there's a good amount of San Diego cars here. Won't be a full train, but not like one that we'd send to Barstow. 3,000 feet or so is a train that we'd combine this with La Mirada, Malabar, LA, La Mirada. 2,500 to 3,000 feet. Send it to San Diego. All right, now we're gonna just go and push them over here on these tracks. And then everything else is already facing, the way that we just go and collect them all. So now it's just a matter of separating San Diego from the non-San Diegos. Basically, it's San Diego and Barstow. I'm going to put the empties. I mean, this is where we put all the cars, but we like to leave some full ones over here. Some, doesn't matter where you put them, but we want to have the full cars so we can back an engine up to it and then take them out and just connect them all and get going. And then we'll have a cut of sand dogs right here. I don't know what those tankers up there are, by the way. Yeah, that's a full one there. The red. Those could come back here with these guys. That way it keeps A yard free for incoming and sorting. And then this B yard is the outbound yard. It's level grade here, so We'll put a handbrake on those in a minute, let them roll down a bit, because all the cars are pretty much going to be, for the most part, except for maybe those first two cuts, the first two industries, most of them will be coming from over here. That one we'll put a handbrake on there. Oh, this guy didn't release. There may be one or two cars from San Diego that have loads on them, but overall there shouldn't be. Okay, handbrake's on, and now we'll start picking up from over here first. So let's see, we're going to set this as the lead. Let's auto our MU situation. So that's the first set down here. I grab these first. Well, okay. Okay, we captured the first one. Now we'll just go back down the other lane. Start collecting everything. Well, this is the best part for me, as I've mentioned many times, of doing this stuff is puzzle piece, you know, figuring out the puzzles. Mostly delivering. Pickups are easy, but it still has to be done. And there's still challenges like the cars that I just got, or when there's some intermixed San Diego cars in there. So it's not always most straightforward. See, what do I have cars way down there? So here, you know, we got put a fuse out. I know it's a Sunday, nobody's really working today, but no crossing gates here. It's in the industrial area. We're working in the area, so we put out a flare. And this is going to be the deepest one here. Goes all the way back around the corner, General Mills. Go all the way to the back first. The reason I'm going all the way to the back first is hopefully this way, if I have any cars that are for San Diego, I can deal with them easier. Keep them on the rear of the train. Couple grain cars over there, one or two. PAS and Bell. And that's going to be here. So we'll go collect those next. And again, we're keeping our eye out for anything destined for San Diego. This one wasn't, but I didn't see, I didn't see the tags too far down, so. Figure out what to do with them right now. All for PAS, okay. Okay, so that switch can leave industry work. Now over here I got a San Diego. So I have a full stow up here. I'll have to get that up. So it depends on how I want those facing that way in the yard. But we're going to push these back here. So if we come out and we push them back on the track, I want the red be closest to these switches. That means I can have it on the very back of the train. Oh, there's a fusee still going. I can have it on the back. And then San Diego's even further back on there. That means we'll get this one first. Oh no, that's San Diego. We'll get that one last. Very, very last. If I keep San Diego on the very back, then I can work with it a little bit easier. So I'll get these, pull these 4 out. connect to these, and then the full one will be on the very rear of that, and then I'll come forward and pick up the San Diego one. Put it on the very, very back of where that full is. Which means when I pick these up, I'll have to account for that as well. That's fine. I'm still thinking about it. Technically I'm riding back there, but I changed the view to follow, and need a little more throttle, a little less. It's level here too, so they are slowing down a bit because of the curves. That's a good coupling speed there. I could get it around 3 though. All right. All these look good, so grab those 2, come back at San Diego, right over here over my left shoulder. They say Bob's your uncle. Some people will collect all these and they'll leave the San Diegos intermixed, or the empties and the fulls intermixed, and then it's just really such a pain in the butt to have to deal with it then. I mean, you'd be doing us more of a favor not even moving anything if you can't do it, you know, this way. Can't do it so that they're set up to go correctly, then just don't do them at all, because you're not helping anybody by grabbing them if they're not in a good order that we can just grab them and go. You know, it takes a few hours to, you know, it would take 45 minutes if we cheated and used the consist editor to line them all up. Let me get a little bit. I am connected. I want to make sure that I did grab it, and I did. Okay. All right, one more to go. It's just like putting the ropes on here, you know, connecting all the airlines. You can do it by just hitting F7, but, or you can just have it all laced up. no air in them. You know, there's no air running in them, but they're laced up. The only time they get unlaced is when the server restarts, and you know, we can't do anything about that. All right, San Diego's face, or the full's facing that way. If I shove them in, which I will be doing. And San Diego is easy to get rid of now because of this going the same direction. Alright, so now we're going to pick up these. Bell and bell. It's pretty easy to remember too if you have, you know, the two different ones on the end, like I do here. Bell and bell, and then all empties on this next cut too, next industry. Well, I guess I left 3 there, but that's okay too. It'll only not be okay if that was an empty. If I had a full, you know, and I have to move that then, but that'll only grab 2. I thought I only left 2. I left 3. Next switch is up there somewhere. There's only one more industry here left to grab, and then slide them back where they go in the outbound track. See how much distance that is? We'll just grab these with us and go take them forward. Let me stop that there. I Sorry, I have a swamp cooler on right now and it had no water in it. I was like, what is that smell? It has a different smell. So I had to go take care of that. And I came flying through here. Starting to pump up pretty quick. All right, so we have Watt here. That's in San Diego. Okay, good. All right, that should be it for this section. Okay, there's the last one, and we'll run up to the switch. Grab this guy and, are these two guys? Alright, let's get back in the locomotive. We're gonna go distribute them up over here. So right there, we got 836 tons, but with 1,300 feet. 7.9 is HPT because they're all pretty light. Might as well grab these two while we're at it. Let's check the end here. We're going to come down. San Diego will go. Oh, flying. San Diego will go on this one. And then the other ones will go. Well, actually, we got to go one more because we have that full one. So we'll just worry about getting these two out first. We'll get it up here a little bit closer to where it needs to go. Not where the green one is right now. Up about here, I suppose. Pretty easy to grab those too, but we also got to pull forward. We got to make sure we have enough room to pull forward to get these off. So they're trying to get everything at once. I mean, there's only a couple there. But if we're going to do those, why not do the next one kind of thing, you know? So plus the longer your stuff gets here, the more difficult it's going to be to keep them orderly. United Bill, hi, how are you doing? All right. Back here, get these two that we left here. Then we're going to move them over to the outbound tracks over here at the B yard. Uh-oh. How did I set speed control? It's okay. I'm in the yard. It's not a bad thing to have, but the shift S or something. I'll figure it out after I connect because I want to do it while I'm trying to maintain. Okay, so controls, keyboard. Left controlled C is what I must have pressed. By accident. All right, again, so the one car for San Diego that we have to separate. Make sure that none of these switches are against us. The only one we have to worry about here. You gonna watch it from TV? Oh wait, oh no, the Wi-Fi went out. Yeah, but it's nice sitting down and watching it and having a chat too. I know a lot of people do that. Chilling in the big chair and just watching these things move by. All right, made it just past the switch barely. Okay, so San Diego's going to go with San Diego. I am going to kick this. A lot of cars that I have between locomotive and the kicker, but oh, it has Wi-Fi issues sometimes. All right, Diego, yeah, it did. Okay, so now we're going to pull forward, and that's the full car, so I'm literally just going to move that over one track. Internet issues are no fun, that's for sure. All right, now we're just going to shove this back here in this empty track. We have a full on here. We have a bunch of fulls over at the C yard that are going out to Barstow, so we can pick them up and bring them from C yard at some point, connect them to all these cars that will be here after we finish this industry, and we should have a full train to Barstow. A little fast here. There are some empties here. The next cut that we do, the next two industries can go onto this one. Unless, again, there's any full cars or San Diego cars. We're chasing San Diego car right here to our left. And give myself plenty of room here if I want to put power on this, which I normally would do after, you know, I build out the consist of, you know, mostly get it ready with the full cars and so forth. I'm trying to put power here until I'm ready to start taking stuff out. Let's see where we're at here. We're good. That means we're going to put a couple of handbrakes on. They're empty, so I'm just going to put 4 on. I'm going to do a speed or a handbrake test. If I can get this thing moving. Okay, it's starting to roll. There we go. We got like 2 whole rolls and see how long it takes to stop. And it stops in like a quarter car length. Perfect. All right, my angle cock is closed. I'm gonna go ahead and open that up. Open the coupler. What building is to your left? This one here? I have no idea. Doesn't really say the building names, or because there's really no industry there, so whatever you want it to be. Let's see. So I'm stopped. I'm gonna put 1 handbrake on. We look up above us here. That building, it just has windows on it. Little forklift dude out here waiting. So yeah, there's no industry that comes off that one directly, so it's hard to say what it would be. That's a LA River there. And the UP LA River yard is right here. Oh, I got one car over here. So yeah, so we started over in the C yard. We finished at the A yard. This is the main line. Hobart's right there. You see Hobart's kind of ready to go. Want to come build some trains. Done them outbound, off map. Feel free. You're on the Mateo Community Run 8 server. Don't have too many RIP cars being either fueled or repaired. C yards over here. I'm going to run down here and capture a save of what I've done. This Mateo LAJC. I'm going to go back where I just came from because I didn't get a copy. This should capture it. It captures, you know, about a mile or so, or 10 miles. I don't know exactly what it is. But I'll go right down here. I usually just save the A yard, which will capture the B yard and Hobart as well. So I use these also to load in to the world, the game simulator. Let's get over to what we got. Got an auto rack from UP coming around Riverside here. Should be coming. Go too far down? I think so. It said it was that crossover that's not in play right now. Coming in downtown Riverside right here. There's the auto rack. So we'll watch that one go by. Let's see. Let me get over here, get myself. They got a green signal. They are clear to go. Great having you guys here today. I will be, well, so next week I'm going to Vegas on Friday and Saturday. Now let's go back to the other one. I like that other one. So, yeah, so I'm going on Friday and Saturday. I should be here on Sunday, but who knows? I don't know what's going to happen. I'm going there for an event. So, I may or may not be here next Sunday. Probably will. I'm going to try. But if not, we'll catch you on the Sunday afterwards. Same time, 3 p.m. on the West Coast. And then catch me on Wednesday nights on Twitch if you're a sports fan. I do a kind of a cartoonish baseball game called Super Mega Baseball, but it's all custom teams that I have, family and friends. And I commentate it as I'm playing it. I'll turn that down just a little bit. So we're going to wait for this train to go by. I hope everybody has a great week. Enjoy spring. It just started. He said it was 100, just shy of 100 here again today. It's been all week, 100. So for wintertime, it's the way to go out. Other than that, I'm going to be done talking. After this train goes by, we'll end the stream, but we'll do a little rail fanning here. And thanks for showing up. And we will see you next week or the week after. Take care.